Officials in Grand Rapids held a news conference today to talk about improving community police relations. Police Chief Eric Payne says the department will now officially ban chokeholds, which he says is not a tactic they've ever used, and also work to de-escalate situations. Officers will be required to give a verbal warning and exhaust any other options before using deadly force. Also, officers are now required to intervene if they see someone else using excessive force and must report the incident to a supervisor. Chief Payne called George Floyd's death a tragedy that reflects poorly on all law enforcement, and he says he's committed to positive change to ensure his death is not in vain.
We should be able to accomplish a lot of this in the next 60 days, but it's not a one and done. We have to be diligent, make sure we're continuing listening to the community, out there looking at best practices, and laws affect how we operate. So all those things have to be taken into account, and is my duty and obligation to make sure that we are doing those things. And I want to assure the community, the city manager, that we will do our due diligence.
The press conference this afternoon happened a few hours prior to a digital town hall with the community. Officials took questions and comments, some defending the police department and their vital role in public safety. Others are calling for funding cuts to be reinvested elsewhere. If you've been following calls for budget changes within GRPD, you know at least 32% of the city's general operating fund must go to police services as written in the city's charter. So one question asked for an explanation in how the public could go about trying to change that.
The charter revision process is governed by state law, and it first requires a vote by the people to form what's called a charter review committee or commission. It also can be done by petition, but if a commission is formed by election of 2/3 of the majority of the board, then commissioners need to be elected at that same time to fill those roles.
Now, the town hall did just wrap up. We do have it embedded inside this web story if you want to go through it and watch it yourself. We'll also have a full recap tonight at 10 and 11.